if you take your hand protection seriously whilst you're on the bike, it might be worth looking at the company KNOX and a few of their offerings, because their hand armour is just as well considered as the rest of their armoured clothing. They have garnered an impressive reputation for quality in the industry, and it's easy to see why when you inspect these a little bit closer. Now, they've got loads of gloves to choose from, all the way up to things like their Handroid or Handroid Pod, which are two of their flagship items. But the same technology that you see across that, and they really do have some eye-catching features on them, does filter down across the different variations of their gloves. You have a lot of carryover between different models. It's just applied in slightly different ways, slightly more subtle on certain gloves. And this in particular actually is a pretty good entry point for a lot of people because it's slightly less conspicuous, let's say, than the likes of the Handroid. So the gloves in front of me here are the KNOX Orsa Mk3 leather motorcycle gloves. They come in at just shy of £130 as of the making of this video. You can get them in either black or black and white. And they're also very similar to another glove from KNOX called the Orsa OR4, which is a textile variant, which is very similar in look and function to these, maybe a little bit lighter, but in essence, a very comparable glove to this one. As this is the latest version of a well-established glove, the improvements on this one are that it does look slightly different design. It's got improved armor across your fingers, across your knuckles there, and an improved slimline BOA ratchet system around your wrist as well, which I'll mention in a few moments. Now, if you're looking for a glove for really hot days in the summer, I probably would direct you more towards the Orsa OR4, which, as I say, are slightly lighter than these, but these are still a pretty slim line, also perforated leather motorcycle glove, and for the UK's climate, these are going to be appropriate for the majority of the year, to be honest. So they're a little bit thicker than you'll find with some all-out summer gloves, but for the majority of summer, in all but the hottest of days, they're still going to be a comfortable glove to wear. Fit-wise, it's a large that we have here. And I generally am a large in most gloves. I'm a size 9 hand. You can check our size guide if you ever need to on the website and tell you that this is a really comfortable fit. I'm not getting any kind of tension in between my fingers there, in between the thumb as well. It all fits pretty well. And something I would like to point out, they like to point out as well, is it's got this wraparound finger design, meaning that you can't feel the stitching across there. All you get is the nice internal fabric instead of feeling any stitching or anything kind of awkward rubbing against your fingers. Whilst I'm there, you'll also notice it has something to use on a touchscreen on your index finger, your middle finger, and of course your thumb. They use a cowhide leather upper. The palm itself is actually goat skin leather, which I'm led to believe is a little bit tougher and harder wearing, but also softer. So it's quite commonly used in motorcycle gloves for that reason. And you have these printed Amara sections as well, which aid for grip. I think I can feel silicone on there as well, something really grippy all the same. So that obviously there on the top of your palm, also around your scaphoid at the base of your palm, and that does do a great job of keeping your hand exactly where you want it on the bars. I really like the BOA system for securing the glove, which you'll see on the wrist there. So you basically just twist this that way rather than the other way, and that will secure it around your wrist. You can see it tightening there, and then to loosen off, you just pull it and it opens itself. It's really easy to use. It's actually quite addictive to play with, clicking it in and spinning it around again, but it is something that I really prize in KNOX's design. These are a shorter glove. They've got a little bit of a cuff on them, but it'll be very easy to pair that with your jacket. You'll see at your fingers, you have these cutaways with fabric behind there to allow more range of movement for your fingers. So you can flex them a little bit easier. They're less inhibited. And you can see this newly designed TPR armor to the backs of your fingers as well, going down your knuckles there to give you extra protection down each one of your fingers. You can also see TPU knuckle protection, so that is hard to the outer, although still actually quite flexible. And that is backed by micro lock armor, which is KNOX's own And that makes it a lot more comfortable against the back of your hand. It's one of these substances that is soft and malleable and then stiffens under impact. So it's great for protection. You'll also notice it's floating knuckle armor. So as you close your hand, it lifts at the back there, which also shows off a reflective section actually, which neatly stays hidden when your hand is open. And then completing your safety and protection, you have this patented scaphoid protection system, which again I can see some micro lock just poking through on the inside. But significantly, this is non-grippy, which means when you put your hand down, if you were to ever come off, it's not going to grip the tarmac as much as some other armors, which means your hand can slide freely and hopefully stops you from hyperextending your wrist. This is one of the considerations which KNOX is so good at thinking about what you actually need in the event of a crash. It's because of their diligent safety testing that I like them so much, that we like them so much at Urban Rider, but also they do still look really good. They don't look too bulky at all. I really like this design. I will drop links to these gloves, but also the rest of KNOX's range. So if you do want to check out some comparisons from them, feel free to follow the links down below and let us know which one's your favorite in the comment section. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.